I am the law. Oh wait, wrong movie. Lazy 99. Hey everybody, I'm LazyDude99 and welcome to another LazyDude99 video. Makes sense. Anyway, so I'm here to review the new Judge Dredd movie called Dredd. The movie with Karl Urban as Judge Dredd. Yes, Bones from Star Trek is Judge Dredd. Gosh darn it, Jim, I'm a judge, not a physicist. So when it comes to Judge Dredd, I haven't read any of the comic books. I've only heard about him for the stuff I've seen like on the Sylvester Stallone movie, but we'll get to that later. But, so the story starts out and shows us on this big dystopian future where, like, America is basically decimated and destroyed, and the only part that isn't has been, like, pointed into one gigantic city, and everything else is a wasteland. Most of America, what's left of it, is just one gigantic city from, like, I believe it was from Chicago to New York. And with all these people packed into this area, you know, like, that's a big area, but still, you know, it's not enough to fit all these people. The crime rate is unbelievably incredible, and you can obviously tell that. And so, you have the judges, and with a system like this, an entire, you know, population-wise system like this, you know that it doesn't make... they just can't have a regular justice system because it just can't work that way. So the officials, known as the judges, have to be the ones to deal out the justice. They have to make their call right then and there. I'm not sure if you can apply for an appeal. Whatever. And so we follow Judge Dredd, as I said, played by Karl Urban. And the thing I like about this movie is the thing that happens isn't treated like oh my gosh, this could change the whole world sort of event. It's basically just another day for this judge, but it's a pretty crappy day. So the basic story is there's this rookie that the chief wants to really get onto the field, but the thing is she's just barely, she just barely is making by and didn't actually pass her final exam. The reason the chief wants her to, you know, be part of the judges is because she's psychic. She is, you know, she can read minds and whatever. So, you know, that would be a great asset. And so Dredd takes her out on a, you know, just on an assessment mission. They go to this one place called Peachtree. And there's these gigantic buildings, and Peachtree is one of them. It's basically like a ghetto, but a gigantic skyscraper. Not like, they show the comparison to the regular skyscrapers in the city to these things, and these things are humongous. You know, when you can't go out and spread outwards in the world, you just gotta go up. And the place is humongous, but it's run down. It's like an entire city in one building, which... it's a really intriguing idea in that respect. So they go there to find about these murders, and they start to uncover a drug ring. But before they can escape with someone and question him, the main drug lord, Mau Mau, I believe it is. No, it's not Mama, but it's like Mau Mau. Yeah, I think. Anyways, closes down the entire building and says to every lowlife in there, yeah, I'm not opening this building again until those two judges are dead. And so they're at the bottom floor. They have to make their way up like 100-something floors with every one of them has basically people trying to kill them and stop this woman and her drug ring. First, I want to talk about Karl Urban as Judge Dredd, because he is one cool dude, okay? Like, he plays it so straight and not yelling all the time and being like that. He's just a tough, strong, cool character throughout the entire movie. And, you know, I like the contrast between his character and the rookie, because she's really naive and she's just saying, you know, she wants to make a difference. And he's just like, kind of almost like rolls his eyes, because like, make a difference in this world, yeah, it's not really going to happen. And throughout, he's just, you know, you can tell that he's a tortured character, but he's a tough guy, he believes in the system, and he's giving his all to it, and he's smart, and he's cool. And that gun, you know, when the first scene, like, not the first scene, but when he first chooses the gun, he shoots it, and it melts a guy's face off, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, but I don't think this gun is that cool. I think it's just kind of. Throughout the movie, I'm like, alright, that is a cool gun. Okay, that's pretty awesome. And just his entire methods and stuff really make him an interesting and fun character to watch. Same with the rookie. I am so glad they didn't shoehorn some dumbass, you know, romance in here where the rookie and him fall in love or are kissing by the end of it or whatever. There's absolutely none of that in here, and I am so glad, because it makes it feel like he's, you know, it just makes it feel like a mentor-rookie relationship. Just because there's a guy character and a girl character in a room together doesn't mean they have to get together by the end. And I'm so glad that this movie didn't go that route, and that they just stuck to these were just two strong characters that worked with each other in this crappiest of days. And I thought she was well acted. You see that she has her own things that she needs to go through. She needs to overcome some naiveties, and Dredd helps her see that, but she helps Dredd see that there are changes that, you know, that can happen, and there are some different decisions that you need to make. The villain in here is also really interesting. I mean, like, she's crazy. And in a good way, because she's like one of these crazies where you really don't know what to expect from her. And yeah, it's really, it makes it for her for an interesting villain. I won't give it away, but how Dredd handles her at the end, I thought that was great. I thought that was really, really good. Another thing I like about this movie is the whole look to the way Judge Dredd looks. I mean, if you look at Sylvester Stallone's outfit from back in the day, that looks horrible, but the whole look looks pretty good. And the poster looks pretty cool. Although, is it just me, or does that poster look a little familiar? Yeah. Pretty darn close, I'd say. One thing in this movie that annoyed me, though, I will admit that this was annoying, slow-mo. Now, the thing is, it's kind of cool, but kind of not, because, see, there is this drug in this world, this big drug that in this world our villain is selling, but what it does is it slows everything down in your brain, so you think everything's moving at one speed, you know, like just 1 times of its normal speed, you know, so everything's moving in slow motion for you. That got old so fast, okay? I mean, like, the first time you see it, you're just like, move! I mean, it's just like, and then, like, it's not like it happens throughout, and in fact, it only happens during one of the fight scenes. Like, it's not like every fight scene is like, you know, but the thing is, it's just, it goes on too long. Every single one of these slow-mos go on too long. And I'm just like, hurry. And it's just, I don't know, I think they slow it down so they think, oh, look at this is all beautiful and mystical. And I'm just like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Watchmen use slow motion much better. But as I say, it's not throughout all of it. I just think that the times when they did use it, I think it went on a little too long. The one thing I really like about is the world, this entire world, because, as I said, they're in this gigantic infrastructure that's basically a city in one building. And, you know, they're fighting their way through, they're fighting to get out, they're fighting to beat this thing, And at the end, when they finally get out of it, it starts on Dredd, and it goes up, and it zooms up over this entire land, and you can see that there are hundreds upon hundreds of cities just like the one we were in. And it kind of makes you think, is their entire universe, are all the buildings that bad? Are they just like, did they just like squish an ant in a mountain of anthills, you know? And, you know, I think it's good. It's just another day in the life of this judge, and I thought that was a great move by this movie. Now, I just want to quickly talk about the Sylvester Stallone movie. Let me just say, you know the Sylvester Stallone movie? I know the law. You know? There's a time in this movie where Karl Urban says, "I am the law." And I'm like, holy crap. It wasn't that line's fault for sounding so stupid when Stallone said it. It was Stallone's fault, because that line sounded awesome. And the fight scenes in here are awesome too, because, you know, a lot of them, they change as they go up. The locations, not exactly change, but the way they're handled is different, and the style of gunfire that Dredd shoots is different. And his gun, you know, like, it has different modes, but as the movie goes on, it starts to lose ammo, because, you know, you just, it's not an empty thing. Is it like, it's not a, you know, unlimited ammo type of gun, and so, you know, he has to think of new ways to use this gun, and whatnot. And it was just a cool gun, and the fight scenes, all of them, I think, were good and handled well, and were good for the characters. Especially like the rookie character, she had to do some stuff in there that she was, you know, it felt way in over her head, but she had to overcome. And I thought all of that was handled well. Though I must say, this isn't like a mind-blowing movie that will have you thinking and be like, oh yes, that speaks to my soul. This is a fun action flick. And not to say it's a mindless action flick. That was The Expendables. That's a mindless action flick. It's all you're looking for is action, and cut of that. But this is a fun action flick, and you know what? It doesn't need to be anything more than that. It's a fun action flick. I thoroughly enjoyed myself in it. I like the characters, I like the acting, and I just like the world that it's set up. So, all in all, I'm going to give Dredd a 7 out of 10. You know what? I would be really okay with this movie getting a sequel, just as long as that slow-mo wasn't in it. So remember, guys, I'm LazyDude99. If I don't like it, it's not worth it. See you around. Be sure to check out more of my other videos on my channel, and wait for more coming soon.